Counter-Strike is a series of multiplayer tactical first-person shooter video games in which opposing teams attempt to complete various objectives. The series began on Windows in 1999 with the release of the first game, Counter-Strike. It was initially released as a mod for Half-Life that was designed by Minlay and Jess Cliff before the rights to the mod's intellectual property were acquired by Valve, the developers of Half-Life, who then turned Counter-Strike into a retail product released in 2000. The original Counter-Strike was followed by Counter-Strike Condition Zero, developed by Turtle Rock Studios and released in March 2004. A previous version of Condition Zero that was developed by Ritual Entertainment was released alongside it as Condition Zero, Deleted Scenes. 8 months later, Valve released Counter-Strike Source, a remake of the original Counter-Strike and the first in the series to run on Valve's then newly created Source engine. The fourth game in the main series, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, was released by Valve in 2012 for Windows, OS X, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. Hidden Path Entertainment, who worked on Counter-Strike Source post-release, helped to develop the game alongside Valve. Counter-Strike 2 was announced in March 2023 and publicly released on September 27, 2023, as a replacement for Global Offensive. Counter-Strike was followed up with Counter-Strike Condition Zero, developed by Turtle Rock Studios and released in 2004. It used the Half-Life Gold CC engine, similarly to its predecessor. Besides the multiplayer mode, it also included a single-player mode with a full campaign and bonus levels. The game received mixed reviews in contrast to its predecessor, and was quickly followed with a further entry to the series titled Counter-Strike Source. The multiplayer game mode is similar to Counter-Strike, but differs in that the maps are better in quality. The matches follow a round-based structure where players do not respawn until the round ends. The game mode features a reward system where players receive money for completing specific objectives. Eliminating an enemy grants $300, while terrorists earn $2,750 if they successfully plant and detonate the bomb. Counter-terrorists are awarded $2,000 per player for rescuing all hostages or eliminating the opposing team. The maximum amount a player can accumulate is $16,000. Counter-Strike Source was the first game publicly released by Valve to run on the Source engine. Counter-Strike Source was initially released on August 18, 2004. The beta was released to owners of Counter-Strike Condition Zero and to those who had bought ATI Radeon video cards bundled with a Half-Life 2 voucher. While the original release only included a version for Microsoft Windows, the game eventually received a port to OS X on June 23, 2010, with a Linux port afterwards in 2013. As in the original, Counter-Strike Source pits a team of counter-terrorists against a team of terrorists in a series of rounds. Each round is won either by completing an objective, such as detonating a bomb or rescuing hostages, or by eliminating all members of the enemy team.
Good one, sir. One guy left.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO, is a 2012 multiplayer tactical first-person shooter developed by Valve and Hidden Path Entertainment. It is the fourth game in the Counter-Strike series. Developed for over 2 years, Global Offensive was released for OS X, PlayStation 3, Windows, and Xbox 360 in August 2012, and for Linux in 2014. In December 2018, Valve transitioned the game to a free-to-play model, focusing on revenue from cosmetic items. There are 9 official game modes, all of which have distinct characteristics specific to that mode. The game also has matchmaking support that allows players to play on dedicated Valve servers, in addition to community-hosted servers with custom maps and game modes. A Battle Royale game mode, Danger Zone, was introduced in late 2018. Global Offensive received positive reviews from critics on release, who praised the game for its gameplay and faithfulness to the Counter-Strike series, though it was criticized for some early features and the differences between the console and PC versions. Since its release, it has drawn in an estimated 11 million players per month and remains one of the most played games on Valve's Steam platform. The game had an active esports scene, continuing the history of international competitive play from previous games in the series. Teams competed in professional leagues and tournaments, with the game often cited as being among the best in esports. Counter-Strike 2 is a 2023 free-to-play tactical first-person shooter game developed and published by Valve. It is the fifth entry in the Counter-Strike series, developed as an updated version of the previous entry, Counter-Strike Global Offensive 2012. The game was announced on March 22, 2023, and was released on September 27, 2023, for Windows and Linux, replacing Global Offensive on Steam. Like its predecessor, the game pits two teams, the counter-terrorists and the terrorists, against each other in various objective-based game modes. Additional game modes that stray away from this setup are also included. Counter-Strike 2 features major technical improvements over Global Offensive, including a move from the Source game engine to Source 2, improved graphics, and a new sub-tick server architecture. In addition, many maps from Global Offensive were updated to take advantage of the features of Source 2, with some maps receiving complete overhauls. Upon release, Counter-Strike 2 received generally favorable reviews from critics, with praise for its gunplay and overhauled maps. In contrast, player reception was mixed, and the game received thousands of negative user reviews on Steam, becoming one of the lowest-rated Valve titles on the platform. Criticism was directed at the game's performance, the removal of several features that had been present in Global Offensive, and the discontinuation of support for the macOS operating system, which was supported by Global Offensive. Valve developed Counter-Strike 2 with the Source 2 game engine as an update to Counter-Strike Global Offensive 2012. Various aspects of Global Offensive were updated during development to use the features of Source 2. It is the first entry in the Counter-Strike series in over 10 years. In addition to the engine changes, the game was developed alongside new server architecture, allowing for sub-tick gameplay that more accurately synchronizes with player input. Valve's Studio Orchestra also produced a new soundtrack for Counter-Strike 2, which was released to digital platforms by Ipecac Recordings on November 1, 2023. Many maps from Global Offensive were given upgrades to take advantage of the features of Source 2, including new lighting and physically based materials. Valve created 3 different groups to place maps into when reconstructing them. Touchstone for maps that were unchanged in layout, X Dust 2, upgrades for maps given large-scale graphical upgrades with the features of Source 2 Accent, Nuke, and overhauls for maps reconstructed from the ground up, X Inferno. Additionally, all cosmetic items from Global Offensive, including weapon skins, knives, and gloves, were transferred to Counter-Strike 2. Like always, if you like this video, give a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. See ya.